Good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Jesse Hawila here, and man, are you ready for the coldest air of the season? I think you can see hints of it right now up in Amarillo and Oklahoma City too. It's 12 there in OKC, it's 7 in Amarillo, but if I had to choose right now, I'd be in Brownsville. 82 degrees, Corpus is at 79, so there's warm air in Texas, it's just not here. It's very, very cold, and in fact, temps keep dropping. At last hour, we were in the 40s at DFW. Now we're down to 39 at DFW. Still 57 in Waco. Hey, Angel, how's it going? Good to see you today. We're going to talk about the not only the cold air, but that chance for a little bit of freezing drizzle. I'll be honest with you, that chance is very low. There could be a couple of slick spots on bridges and overpasses, but the drier air really looks to win out here, but once the sub-freezing air gets here, 32 or less, below freezing, a lot of the precipitation should be done with. So what would be left is any wet spots on the roads could flash freeze, and that would likely, again, be on bridges and overpasses. Later tonight, we're not expecting to get below freezing for another few hours here. So let's jump into the radar here and show you that. There's not a lot of precip. We've had some drizzle, we've had some mist, we've had a couple of sprinkles here or there, and you can actually still see those, especially southeast of the Dallas-Fort Worth area and Kaufman County and parts of Rockwall County, seeing a little bit of drizzle too, even into Dallas. The cold front passing through as we speak. So the Arctic front is here, that's for sure. I'm going to turn on the sensitivity. I'm going to crank it up just so we can see a little bit of that mist. You see, it's not much. You can actually see the cold front itself. See that line that's really well defined? I'll kind of draw it on here for you. There's this line right here going up and down here. So yeah, that right there, again, that right there is where the cold front is. So there's a lot of dry air that pulls in behind this. Now there could be, as the temperatures go down below freezing, there could still be some drizzle left over. So with that being said, that would become freezing drizzle later tonight. So that's why we have at least that concern for a couple of slick spots, bridges and overpasses. And for that reason, between now and midnight, areas northwest of the Dallas-Fort Worth area are under a winter weather advisory for light freezing rain accumulation. It would be minimal accumulation. We're talking a couple hundredths of an inch of accumulation. Same thing for the Metroplex, but we're not into the winter weather advisory until 5 p.m. That's 5 p.m. to midnight for the winter weather advisory, because again, it's the same thing on the backside of this system here. Is we've got the front rolling through, and as the cold air filters in as it gets 32 or lower, there may be a little bit of drizzle left over, or any of the water still sitting on the roads. There may be just enough to cause some slick spots, mainly on bridges and overpasses. I'll show you the very latest here. Hey, what's going on, Mark? Nancy says still raining in a lot of areas. Yeah, you've got that kind of that rain, that heavy mist in some areas, especially southeast of the Metroplex. So here's the latest. The area shaded in pink, that would be freezing drizzle or very light freezing rain. We've drawn the freezing line on there for you as well, just so you can kind of see what to expect as we go through tonight. So at 5 p.m., the freezing line is right across the Metroplex. So Denton and Fort Worth expected to be at freezing around 5 p.m. That's why the winter weather advisory goes into effect for the Metroplex at 5 p.m. Then as we go through the evening, this is 6. Notice there's still the pink left over. That's scattered light freezing rain. That's scattered freezing drizzle. That's at 6 o'clock. Let's go to 7. Still lingering, but notice it's not widespread and how it starts to come to an end from northwest to southeast. So there again, there's 8 o'clock. We go to 9, 10. You can start to see it really wrapping up as the dry air overtakes and the very, very cold air settles in. So again, with that being said, there could be those slick spots. Just use extra caution. That's why we have that winter weather advisory in effect. So keep that in mind. Let's just read some comments here. Seeing rain in the north part and south parts of the Metroplex on text.cams. Drivers be careful. Nancy, good advice. Very wet in Azle, says Tony. Now Tony says it's wet in Azle. As that cold air filters in, if the roads don't dry out fast enough, that's where you could get flash freezing and some black ice developing tonight. So again, extra caution if you're traveling late tonight or early tomorrow, really throughout the day tomorrow. Watch out. Anything that looks wet, just assume it's icy, especially tomorrow. Nancy, thank you so much. Do I think there'll be any canceled or delayed flights at DFW? It's not impossible. I don't see this being a cancellation type of event. I could see how there could be some delays as the wind gusts pick up, or we have a little bit of light freezing drizzle later tonight. So there may be some delays, but I don't see this being an event where cancellations would be likely. Tariq says, "Where is July?" I'm telling you, that's a great idea. You're speaking my language, Tariq. That's what I like. I like the warmth. I'm not really into all of this here. Do we have shelter resources to share? Tyler says. That's a great question. I believe on WFAA.com we have a list of resources for you. So if you go to our webpage, WFAA.com, we'll have there somewhere on the main page, you should be able to find a list of resources in and around North Texas. Great question, Tyler. Heavy mist in Wiley, says Adrian. Rochelle wants to know if there's school tomorrow. I will say the cold is dangerous. They may at least delay it because of how cold it's going to be. I haven't seen anything on that yet. Same thing Joe is asking. That's possible. It's very possible, but it wouldn't be because of ice. It wouldn't be because of snow. It would be because of how cold it's going to be early tomorrow morning with wind chills below zero. John says, no cancellations, these kids going to school. Tell me you're a parent without telling me you're a parent. I kind of understand what you're saying there. So as we go through the rest of the overnight, this is 11 p.m., you see how the precipitation comes to an end. It stays cloudy, and it's going to stay very, very cold. Oh, tomorrow is going to be the coldest day of the year so far. And then Thursday morning will be the coldest morning. Here's a look at this. Hey, Ann, how's it going? Wintry weather potential overnight. Again, this would be light freezing rain, light freezing drizzle. I emphasize light because I don't want anybody expecting to be entombed in ice. It's not that type of event. This is not an ice storm. Okay, this is just some drizzle that may transition to freezing drizzle or light freezing rain overnight tonight. I just want to make sure the expectations are there. I don't want you to expect, not power outages, not everything entombed in ice, no tree branches falling or anything like that. It would just be some slick spots, as we've listed there, mainly on elevated surfaces. When will it start to freeze? Let me show you. I'm going to run you through this one more time here. Let me back this up a little bit to 3 o'clock. So that white line I have drawn on there is the freezing line. That's when anything behind it, anything west of it or northwest of it is below freezing at that point. So this is 3 o'clock. This is 5 p.m. Notice the freezing line has crept into Collin County at 5 p.m. The freezing line at 5 p.m. is in Cleburne. It's in Meridian. It's in Hamilton. It's in Grayson County. It'll be moving into Fannin County and right through the heart of Dallas and Collin County at 7 p.m. So by 7 p.m., most of the Metroplex will be close to freezing, if not below freezing. Certainly Denton County, Collin County, Tarrant County will be below freezing, and most of Dallas County at that point will be below freezing. Then we go to 8 p.m. Rockwall County, you are now below freezing by 8, by 9 o'clock. Kaufman County, you're close. By 8 or 9 o'clock, you're still hovering around 34, 33 degrees. Notice the freezing line goes all the way down through Hillsboro at 9 p.m. Then we go to 10. There it is in Terrell. There it is in Ennis. Now it's moving into Navarro County. But the precipitation will not make it down there. So if you live in Corsicana, if you live in Hillsboro or Ennis or Waxahachie or Gun Barrel City, you're not expecting any sort of freezing precipitation. That's all staying kind of I-20 and north. And then there we go. As we go through the rest of tonight, the cold air settles in. How cold are we talking? Very cold. Very, very cold. 18 tonight in Dallas. There you go. Amanda says it's already freezing in Montague County. Yep, fully expect that. And Joey, I love you right back. Thanks, man. Watching from Hubbard, Texas. Hope streets dry out before temps drop. William, that is the absolute goal for tonight because we don't want to see flash freezing and black ice develop across the area. But 18 in Dallas, 18 in Terrell, 18 Waxahachie, 10 in Bowie. Yuck. 14 in Gainesville, 9 in Archer City. There are some people that like this, and God bless you, as they would say. 17 in Hamilton tonight, 22 in Corsicana, 13 in Stephenville. Then you factor in the winds, and this is where there could be maybe a delay for school, maybe a cancellation. I don't know. I don't make those decisions. I would cancel school for you if I could. I unfortunately cannot. But the wind chills tomorrow morning, 1 in Fort Worth, 2 in Dallas, 4 degrees below zero in Denton, 3 below in Decatur, 6 below in Archer City. Absolute misery. Thank you very much, Sarah. Yes, Kelly, good reminder, do not forget to turn off your sprinklers. You don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to turn the alleys and the neighborhood streets into an ice rink, and it will happen tomorrow morning if you do not turn off your sprinklers, so please do that. Terry says, come on, Corsicana needs some snow. I'm so sorry. I don't think I can get you snow in Corsicana. Paula, will city roads be slippery after 7? Most likely not. No. I would say if there will be slick spots tonight, it's going to be much later than 7. You'd probably be looking at 10 o'clock, 11 or later within the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that means we are working tomorrow? Sorry. Yes. I think. Maybe your boss will be cool and let you stay home. Work in Benbrook but live in Weatherford. What time should I leave work? You should be totally fine. I would say as long as you're not leaving after sunset or 7 or 8 o'clock, you're going to be totally fine. That's right. Tariq says, where's Pete? He'll cancel for the kiddos. He's the one that can cancel it, not me. What time do I need to let the water running inside the house, please? Christina, I would start dripping faucets before you go to bed. Unless you're going to bed at like 4 a.m. But if you're going to bed at a decent time tonight, you'll be totally fine to do it at 9, 10, 11, midnight. You'll be even fine still to start letting the faucets drip because it's cold enough that is a concern. Oh, Priscilla has driver's test tomorrow? I don't know about all that. That sounds like a bad time to do it. But good luck to you. I think it'll be cold, but just good luck. Karen, thank you so much. And Janice says, drip all your faucets. Yes, another reminder too, if you have a faucet with plumbing that's near an exterior wall, open up the cabinets. Okay, expose those pipes to some of the warm home air that you have. That will help a lot. So besides just dripping the faucets, you can do that. If you haven't wrapped your exterior pipes yet, you can still do that. Your exterior faucets, you can still do that. We're not below freezing yet. 29, that's it. Cassie, what are you thinking for tomorrow? What do you got for your forecast high tomorrow? We're not going above freezing for a while, are we? I've got that information in here. Cassie Hyder's here. Meteorologist Cassie Hyder's here. She's going to join me here. We've got like a tight little...
Oh, here we go.
We got to get real close.
We're going to have to get real close.
How are you feeling about the forecast and staying below freezing?
So I've got all of my numbers already ready to go. And tonight, we've been keeping temperatures in the mid and upper teens, and I really think that's basically how it's going to be looking tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're dropping down into about 18 degrees, and then we've been going around 30, and I know this morning they had a temperature of 29 for tomorrow. I actually did, unfortunately, lower it to about 28 degrees. Yep. And then tomorrow night, we're dropping back down into the mid-teens. And, of course, we've got that extreme cold warning in effect. That is until Thursday morning. So by Thursday afternoon, we're still looking at the chance of seeing temperatures right at freezing. I've got us at 32 degrees. Obviously still very cold. And then on Friday, it's still going to be cold. We're going to start out in the low 20s, but the afternoon highs should actually be above freezing. I've got 36, so that's not warm by any means, but it's not enough for there to be an extreme cold warning by any means. So we're doing better. The problem, though, that I've actually been looking at is for Saturday. So Saturday, we've got highs in the mid-40s, but that morning I actually have us in the upper 20s. And as of right now, there is going to be a chance of rain. So I'm going to be a little bit concerned about the possibility of light freezing rain once again, or freezing drizzle early Saturday morning. So that I think is going to be our next issue. But of course, we're still several days out, so a lot can change from now until then.
Tell me about next Monday. That's all I want to hear.
What's going on next Monday?
You tell me. What's it look like? What's the weather look like?
Well,
that's my day off.
Okay. I was like, is it your birthday?
Oh, no, it's not my birthday. It's my day off, and I think the weather's going to be spectacular. Could you tell me again what it's like?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So next week.
I just want to close my eyes and dream. Go ahead.
I know. Next week, honestly, looks fantastic. In fact, Sunday looks pretty good. We're going to be back in the low 60s, and after being stuck in the 20s and 30s, that's going to be a huge difference. But Monday specifically, I've got mostly sunny, a high of 70 degrees. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 73. It's going to be a light wind. Wednesday, still keeping it at 70. And then on Thursday, I did lower the temperatures. Right now, some of the data is coming in a little bit cooler by then. But right now, I'm dropping the temperature. I know we were going like upper 60s. I'm going to say about low 60s. For
It's
then.
acceptable.
It's not terrible by any means.
But I like the 70s on my days
Yeah,
off.
I know. You're very lucky.
I worship the sun. I will sit in, if it's a sunny, warm day, I am sitting outside and just enjoying the sun. I love it so much. So thank you for that, Cassie. As Cassie said, we're going to be below freezing for quite some time. And I'm going to leave you with this because we have some stuff that we're going to have to do here in the studio. We will be below freezing. Right now, the estimation, somewhere, if you look here, 66 hours roughly. We'll drop below freezing here this evening. We'll stay below freezing Wednesday afternoon. Like Cassie just said, we're going to stay below or at freezing Thursday, but then by Friday, by midday, we should crack freezing. So we'll spend a good amount of time below freezing. This is not a record, not even close. The record is 295 hours set back in 1983. And every time I get to that record, I always tell people, if you've lived here long enough and you lived here during that time, you could walk on White Rock Lake. I've seen pictures of it. It's actually pretty amazing. Will my Taco Tuesday dinner be affected? If so, will FEMA respond? That is a tragedy. But you should be okay. I think your Taco Tuesday dinner is going to be just fine. All right, everybody. What's the low tonight, Teresa? It depends where you live. Let me pop that map up for you. There it is. And I will leave y'all on that. Lows tonight between 7 and 17 in the the extreme cold warning. They've changed it on me. It used to be something else. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining. Stay safe. Remember, before I let you go, this is not an ice storm. There could be a couple of slick spots late tonight, early tomorrow morning, bridges and overpasses. Dangerous cold tomorrow morning, dangerous cold Thursday morning, but it'll be all better by next week. Take care.